Timberwolves guard, NBA veteran Malik Sealy died as a result of a head-on car collision in suburban Minneapolis.
Those are the things you can't get back.
Motherfuckers only care when it's time for somebody to die.
These are the most heartbreaking moments in NBA history. And first, the time an NBA draft turned into one of the most heartbreaking moments in history.
Before we continue, I'd like to take a moment to recognize Terrence Clark. Terrence was an All-American high school basketball star in the Boston area. He attended the University of Kentucky, and following his freshman year, he declared for the draft. Terrence was expected to be drafted tonight, but he tragically passed away in April following a car crash. He was 19. His extraordinary talent, commitment, and dedication to the game deserve to be recognized on this stage. It is my honor to now announce that with the next pick in the 2021 NBA Draft, the NBA selects Terrence Clark from the University of Kentucky.
Man, for the NBA to do all that for one kid is special, and at least his parents were proud, but Kobe Bryant's parents caused him a heartbreaking moment that was beyond disrespectful. Kobe had just accomplished something legendary when he helped his Lakers win the NBA Finals to secure his second championship in a row. During the celebration, though, some of the most iconic photos in NBA history were born. These pics had most people thinking, it's Kobe. That's just the Mamba mentality. Job's not finished. He's still hungry. You know, all the typical things fans know him for. Except, Kobe was actually dealing with something heartbreaking.
Do you consider this some form of a relief? And did you almost have your spirit broken at your lowest point?
Well, I had so much going on outside of the damn basketball that people didn't know about.
Can you tell us what some of that was now? Are you willing to discuss that?
No, not really, not.
Nobody realized it at the time, but Kobe and his parents had been feuding for a while. It all had to do with him dating a girl, Vanessa, until they eventually got married. Problem was that she was a Latina, and Kobe's parents never approved of their relationship to begin with, all because they wanted him to be with an African-American girl. So, since he went against their wishes, they refused to have anything to do with him anymore, including showing up to this incredible accomplishment of a night. And that's the reason that Kobe was so sad during the moment. But all Jason Tatum could think about when he was a kid was the teacher who tried crushing his NBA dreams.
And then I said, I want to be an NBA player. I want to be the best player in the world. And she said, you need to be more realistic. You know, that's probably not going to happen. And I remember everybody laughing. And that was like one of the lowest points because I already felt, you know, intimidated going to school. I stood out. It's like I kind of didn't belong. And then for her to say that and everybody to kind of laugh, you know, that really, it crushed me. You know, I cried. You know, I remember my mom wiping my face and telling me that, so remember this moment. You know, never let anybody tell you what you can or can't do. You have me and grandma, you know, that believe in you. You can do anything you want.
And it was obvious that Tatum never forgot that, cause not only did he take basketball more seriously than ever, eventually he made the NBA and became a star. But not every heartbreaking moment comes to a happy ending. What Chris Paul hasn't accomplished in the NBA has been ruining his entire family. Nobody's really known the heartbreaking moments that Chris has been going through, cause throughout his career, he's always given every team his all and honestly became one of the best point guards in NBA history when you really think about it. But unfortunately, fans have never allowed any excuses on why he's only made the NBA Finals once and never won a championship. So not only have people turned his career into memes in the virtual world, things have gotten even crazier in the real world when he admitted that his family gets bullied every single day because of it.
It's tough on me, but I think it's probably even harder for the people around me, right? Especially my wife. My wife is the one who has to bear those late nights, those I can't sleep, and my kid. Like, my daughter is the sweetest soul you'll ever meet in your life, but she's at that age now where at school, kids talk crazy to her. So she had a little boy, whatever, at school that said some reckless stuff to her. It was like, your daddy ain't never gonna win no championship. And my baby is she's special. She'll hold it together there, but when she got in the car, she called, and she was upset. And I had to have that conversation with her and talk to her, tell her, like, baby, some people talk and some people do, but that's part of it. It's tough, man, but can't nobody ever be harder on me than I am on myself.
Man, all that's real talk, but some hurt feelings can't compare to NBA players' life-threatening injuries that had entire stadiums heartbroken.
Probably hit the biggest shot in Cavs history. They're going up. Oh my goodness. Hayward broke his leg. Hayward has broken his leg. Hayward has broken his leg. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Lost the ball. Thompson running the floor and a foul. And Thompson grabs his left knee. Now writhing in pain. as we have Derek Jones down in the court. Looked like he was shaken up coming around a screen.
Here they come right back at you. Sumner on the drive. Kennedy, and he grabs his right leg. Now they've got him up on the stretcher.
Jordan Bell to McCall to lay it in.
Oh my.
And Pat took a tough fall again.
He did this a few games ago, the same spot.
And thoughts for Pat McCall.
Man, you hate to see anybody go down like that. I was just as heartbroken as anybody in the crowd. And to be honest, the only bright side to any of those moments is that the players got to live another day. Another player's heartbreaking moments nearly made him kill himself.
Bro, motherfuckers is out here showing that they need help. I'm tired, bro.
We'll say this, it's a...
How it got to that point for Michael Beasley was something nobody could have predicted because his story wasn't always sad. At one point in time, he was dominating basketball enough to be in discussions for who'd be the top pick between him and Derrick Rose in the 2008 NBA draft. Regardless of Beasley going second though, many felt he'd take over the league and become an NBA superstar anyways. Until Beasley's career went down another path. His basketball ability was quickly overshadowed by the long list of controversies he got involved in. Sneaking girls into locker rooms, a smoking problem, speeding in cars till he got pulled over by police. To make things even crazier, Beasley felt like the world was against him, so he sent out a suicidal tweet that eventually got deleted. I'm sure you could see how this was concerning. Man's kept it together for basketball though, cause sometimes his highlights stole the show.
Tough shot.
Beasley backs his way.
I'm telling you, you can't play much better defense than that.
Kyrie, going for defending. Beasley, pull up.
Wow. This might be the best game I have ever seen Beasley play.
And with him doing things like that, Beasley's confidence was through the roof.
My career is like none other. I've wanted to be here so long, but this and that, whether my fault or somebody else's fault, kept me here. I still think I have a chance to be one of the best in the NBA. Like your favorite player, I'm your favorite player's favorite player.
For a while, Beasley seemed alright, and he eventually made his way to the Lakers. But that's when things started going downhill, where one moment made him the laughingstock of the entire world.
Now here is one for the books. Michael Beasley looking to check in for the Lakers and then is told, hey Michael, come on back, you're wearing the wrong shorts. And he heads back to the locker room instead of wearing the proper shorts. He had to make the change.
Everybody thought a man wearing the wrong thing was ridiculous and absolutely clowned him. The truth though, Beasley was dealing with the hardest time of his entire life when he admitted, my mom died when I was playing for the Lakers. I fought through that and I came back. My cousin died the game I forgot my shorts in Oklahoma. I was battling that day, trying to fight through it. I wanted to go to the funeral, but I just wanted to be there for the team, and the whole world just laughed at me. My whole career, I've never been given a chance to show who I really am, how I can really play, so that I can really win and be somebody. The whole world laughed at me. It hurt my feelings, I'm not gonna lie. Beasley wasn't lying about how he was feeling either, because right after, he posted on his Instagram story that lately he's been feeling suicidal, and many fans got concerned, so. A few athletes invited him onto their podcast to let him know what's really going on, and Beasley broke down.
They took everything from me. I ain't been able to play basketball. They laughed at me. My mom died and they laughed.
The shorts incident, same thing. Somebody passed.
I don't leave the house. I play basketball and I go home. I don't care what y'all do no more. All I care about is playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk to nobody. I've reached out and I've reached out and I've reached out.
Please, none of us can do it. None of us can do it alone, bro.
You gotta find good people, and us three can be good people. No
bro.
Disrespect to what y'all got going on. I've been trying to find good people for so long. I'm tired, bro.
I would say this. It's a.
I got. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got nothing left. You ain't got nothing left to give.
I'll tell you this, bro. Like, whatever you need, dog, like, you just want to talk. We want to be those people. Nobody want to see you go through this. And at some point, you got to have somebody who don't need shit from you, who don't want shit from you, who want to see you win, man. What we saying is, man, don't give up.
But everybody just sit there and laugh. Motherfuckers just sit there and make jokes. Motherfuckers only care when it's time for somebody to die.
So hopefully even Beasley gets some help soon. Because after everything he's been through, I'm just thanking God he's still alive. But Karl-Anthony Towns' most heartbreaking moment came when the closest person to him died. When COVID was taking over the world, Kat's mom got sick and things went downhill fast.
COVID was so early on in everyone's mind, it kind of was played down by everybody. We knew what it was, and we knew that with her, you have to take the extra precaution. But she wasn't. She was like everyone else, they just didn't know. We took her to, funny enough, the hospital I was born at JFK Hospital in Edison, New Jersey. It just got to a point that, they were like, you gotta start thinking about some things. And I was just like, no, she's not done. She's a fighter. She's gonna fight to the end. So I flew out from Minnesota to New Jersey and I went to see her. And I've seen her in different states in my life, but this one was different because there was just so many things happening, so many tubes in her. So now I'm like looking at it's like kind of not looking like her. She was speaking to me without saying a word, and I felt like she was like, I'm good. I got a lot of energy left. Good.
Because she was in a coma.
Yeah. And she was transferred to University of Penn. She started getting the medication she needed and everything. Stabilized her. She slowly started getting better. We had started the conversation of waking her up. That was news to me because, she's just been in a coma for so long. There's so many more things that could happen the longer she's in a coma. Things are looking positive. Has a really rare bottle of Tennessee. I took a shot. I was very excited. And my phone went off, and it was my dad, but my dad called me solely. But when he called me and I realized right away, I analyzed it, I knew something was off and I could feel something was off. And I said, what's wrong? I said, what's wrong? And he was just like, she's gone. She had a stroke during the night. And she just told me that those doctors had thought there's no way for meaningful life after the stroke. I wasn't gonna have my mom go through all that and not give her a last chance. God works in miraculous ways. Now it got to a point where it was just harming her. I gave her all the time. I made the hardest decision you can make. Called my sister, told her what the decision I made was. I think the worst call, the most difficult one was, it was calling her mom. It was calling my grandmother. So telling her, you lost your daughter. I've done it. I have the grandson could do. Protect her. I gotta let her go.
And obviously with Kat and his mom always being so close, this was something Kat was just never gonna get over. Even on the very next Mother's Day, even though it was game day, he almost couldn't even play.
Today is Mother's Day, and no doubt, Jacqueline Towns very much on the minds of both Carl Sr. and Karl-Anthony Towns, as this is the second Mother's Day ever of Karl-Anthony Towns' life that he has had to go through without his mother around.
But he knew mom was looking down on him, so he wanted to make her proud.
Kat corner three. Kat on the assault team this season. Towns. Oh, how big was that out of Kat? Bullies his way inside and gets one to rattle in.
What a play by Karl Towns.
Kat gets into the lane, somehow gets that shot away. Karl-Anthony Towns, oh, he accelerates.
Karl, we knew this would be a difficult Mother's Day for you, and how were you able to be so effective in this game on such a difficult day?
It comes from a man above. I've been emotional all day, and I even told my dad it's gonna be very difficult to come out here if it even possible. But my family, my memories, this team, they give me the strength to go out here and play the game. It's difficult, but to all the mothers out there that hold the house down, to all the mothers that are not here anymore, that have held the house down and gave the kids and the morals and values needed to be great. Today is for you. Happy Mother's Day from me and my family. There's no bigger job in the world than mothers, so this one's for you.
Man, you gotta respect Kat for that. And at least nobody ruined that game for him. When Damian Lillard was about to accomplish the biggest milestone of his NBA career, he had his heart broken by another player, and everything started here.
Here is Lillard for the record. And he knocks it down. And he has now moved past Clyde Drexler for the all-time scoring mark in Blazers history.
Even though most NBA players were proud of him.
Congrats on being an all-time leading scorer in Portland Trailblazer history.
Yo, Dame Dollar, congratulations on becoming the Portland Trailblazers franchise all-time leading scorer.
Dame Dollar, my brother. That's an amazing accomplishment.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander wanted to ruin everything, because after Dame tied up the game with only a few seconds left, Shai ripped his heart right out of his chest.
Shai gets it, spins away, baseline shot. Shai puts it in and walks it off in OKC, kissing the Blazers goodnight.
Shai called game, and And just like that, Lillard wasn't only heartbroken, he was so stunned, he couldn't even speak. Once he got into the locker room after the game, you could tell he just wanted the night to be over and wouldn't even let his teammates' praise cheer him up.
Damian, game ball, congrats, huge accomplishment.
Regardless though, he accomplished something great. But what if I told you the craziest hairstyle in NBA history? This one right here wasn't this crazy just to go viral. It's all because of a dark secret that he was covering up. This is Lonnie Walker, and from the second he officially became an NBA player, his hair was so crazy that his hat couldn't even stay on his head, so not only did he admit that he hates hats,
Me, when it comes to hats, we're not best friends.
all because this man's head was being talked about everywhere and literally everybody had a meme or something to say about it. He kept this hair when he played in NBA games, until after years of playing and finally wanting to come clean, Lonnie made a post on Instagram that shocked the world. It wasn't just a video of him getting his hair cut and talking about his love for different hairstyles throughout his life. The caption is where things got heartbreaking, because Lonnie told a story about when he was just a kid in the 5th grade. He was abused and harassed by a family member so badly, it scarred him for life. The only way he was able to even cope with such a tragic experience was growing out his hair as a distraction. But as he got older, even though his hair was what everybody knew him for, it kept the memory alive for Lonnie to keep remembering the demon of his past until this one day. Lonnie said enough was enough, then cut it off for a fresh start. So yeah, you have to respect Lonnie for admitting something like that for millions of people to see. And besides, ever since he gave birth to his new buzz cut hairstyle, he became a better player than ever.
Walker gets up the first shot of the fourth, and number 4's it. Lonnie Walker lays it in.
It's by the Warriors.
Oh, Lonnie Walker. Walker long two. Okay, Lonnie Walker. Lonnie Walker guarded by Curry. Walker pull up. Walker hits another one.
You know, I'm truly proud of myself. You know, it really shows my capabilities and just my mental fortitude.
At this point, everything's uphill for Lonnie, but Isaiah Thomas's NBA career was ended because of a heartbreaking $200 million scandal. It's hard to believe that this man who was on top of the world and the greatest short king of the NBA could have had everything turn on him. Dude was 5'9", being compared to legends, and carried Boston to the best record in the entire league because of his clutch plays like these.
Thomas on the drive. Pull-up jumper. It's good. Isaiah Thomas gives the Celtics the lead with 2.4 remaining.
Isaiah was right up there with the best players in the league and felt he deserved a huge bag in the upcoming offseason. Rumors spread that Isaiah was eligible for a supermax contract worth $200 million, and he got cocky because he felt that he deserved every penny.
I'm a max guy, so I deserve the max. I mean, my time's coming. They know they got to bring the Brinks truck out. They know that.
But right after saying that, while playing in the NBA playoffs, Isaiah's hip gave out and he was forced into the hospital.
It was tough going from sitting for 3 months to trying to get that range of motion back. Was one of the hardest things that I've ever been through. There was still inflammation in my hips, so there was that pain. At that point in time, like, you think about, man, am I ever gonna be the same again? Am I ever gonna be able to be who I am?
All because of that injury, the Celtics refused to invest millions of dollars into a player who might never recover. And even though Isaiah was the face of their team, they just completely gave up on him in a second.
When Danny called me, I missed his call. Called him back, then he asked me how I was doing. I was like, I just got back to Seattle. He knew I was on my anniversary. And then like it got a little quiet. And then that's when he broke it to me. He's like, well, IT, I just traded you. That's right. Off the strength, after everything I went through, nigga, like, you're not smart. It's just like, damn, after all I do for the city, gonna be mad as fuck. You know, I was cool in Boston. I didn't or whatever. He's emotional, like, this the hardest thing I've ever had to do. I just felt like it was best. They know everything about your head, and I feel like you're gonna still be the superstar that you are here. I mean, I was hurt. I was hurt just because everything that I've done for them, everything that I went through and continue to do for them, when I could have just called it quits. And then I got hurt for them. Like, I hurt myself even more. I gave my heart to that city and that organization. It just hurts when you gave your heart, everything you had, to that city. And I'm gonna say, it's not even the city that traded me. Like, nigga, I'm out of love forever. That was a business move by a businessman. So you learn in this game, in this business, there's no loyalty.
Despite everything Isaiah did for them, it was over. And once he got traded to the Cavs, it seemed like the beginning of the end when he wasn't able to make the same impact he once could. He kept getting injured, and he got traded and released over and over and over again. Isaiah stayed persistent, but deep down he was hurting inside and knew his NBA days were coming to an end, so he had to go viral one final time before accepting the truth.
Gave up on me. They gave up on me.
Damn, Isaiah's right, man. It really does feel like everybody gave up on him for no reason, cuz while wearing Kobe's shoes, he dropped as many points as Kobe's greatest performance ever for one of the most iconic games in history. And still, no teams to this day want Isaiah, making it one of the weirdest mysteries and saddest things to happen to an NBA star that I've ever heard. But the most emotional thing Isaiah's ever gone through has to be the time he was in tears when a deadly car accident killed his sister before the biggest game of his career. There's even another NBA player who was burned alive. I don't even want to tell you what else is in this video cause I'm gonna start tearing up, so grab your tissues, this video's emotional, I'll just see you over there.